so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Master Nandekano. That is what we are putting first. The interest of the people. Biafra interest first. That is why we are telling you that we are going home. No matter what happens, no matter what the enemy does, we are not begging them. We are not clapping for them. We are taking our flight home. By all means possible. You can cry the river. You can cry the sea. You can complain. That's your right. But are we going to stop? Hell no. We are going to pursue our freedom until we get it. And no man born of a woman will stand on our way. If you do, we will crush you. If you stand on the way of our freedom, we will crush you and you won't survive it. I bet you will not. It has become clear that the only way out and only way forward is for you to stand up and fight. Today is the last day. We are counting hours. By 8 p.m. today, we are going to hear from our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, and we'll take it up from there. Are we going to stop? Hell no. Are we going to relent? Hell no. Are you prepared? Answer that question. Answer the question. Are you prepared on your own? Talking about Biafran people, our going home is mandatory. No man born of a woman can stop it. We are going. Maybe you have forgotten. The autopiloted IPOB under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Master Nandekano, we are consistency personified. Take it to the bank. Whatever we say, we do. What you see is what you get. We are not in that emotional game. We have passed the stage of crying, complaining, writing petition and all that. We have crossed that stage. What you see is what you get. And I tell you, prepare yourself for what is coming. Welcome, my beloved brother Solomon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother Solomon?
Good afternoon from here. I can hear you very clear sound. Good afternoon from here.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, my dear. I thank you, Kabiyama, who made it possible for me to see you once again today. Honestly, I've been missing you for a long time, and if you watch, I can't see me on the air, even to follow you or even listening to our spokesperson. So, due to financial setback for my side, so I was not able to show up again. But I thank you, Kabiyama, who made it possible for me to come up again after I work hard to make sure I empower myself, because a freedom fighter, someone that deserves freedom without laboring for it or put effort or costing anything in his life, it's not serious. So I discovered that I'm doing it in the right way, according to my own ability. So that's why for some time you have not seen me for your program or even listening to our spokesperson. But I thank you, Kabiyama, who made it possible for me today to come and join you, and I will listen to our spokesperson today's broadcast, because it's very, very important. Because today is our last day of counting. We are 9 hours, just as we were expecting. And I thank you, Kabiyama, who made it possible for a day like this to come and make a provision for us to put things in place so that immediately the hours reach, everybody will march in. So no looking backward. And for those that are feeling emotional or any sympathy for their so-called their one Nigeria, they can go ahead, but not we. We need freedom. And Nigeria can still exist, those that love Nigeria, that want to die for Nigeria, they can still go ahead and form their Nigeria. But we that are not interested in Nigeria want to separate so that we can preserve our culture and our future and the way of our living. So that's what we're expecting everybody to understand in this life, that freedom freedom. If you want to join, enjoy. If you don't want to join, we are not begging anybody. Time to write petition and cry is over. This time around, eating yoku, I eating yoku, eating yaka, eating yaka. So Tommy is join. I will naga. Yamabuna at the end, I get what I behind us. So I thank you, Kabia, my woman, person for 1 second to join you. And may He alone keep each and every one of us, our leader, our spokesperson, Omwada, ESN, Biafra Liberation Soldiers, and all genuine forces that are fighting for the freedom and liberation of Biafra. I pray that Chukwuka Abiyama should keep each and every one of us alive and give us more wisdom and understanding. That is to defeat our enemy, because it's very, very important. Because we use our brain, just as our leader normally said, if you are well disciplined enough, you can do a great thing. So that discipline is needed in our life, in our midst. And nobody should forget it, because our leader always emphasizes on it. So thank you once again as you welcome me. And with you in the program. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Every time I see you, I feel energized. Also, I have more strength. Anytime you are present, I get more strength. I'm so glad you're there. I know it's not easy. Every one of us know how difficult it is. If anybody that says it's easy is lying. We can't be lying to ourselves. It's not an easy task, but what is every sacrifice we are making, what is. At the end of it, we will all be happy. At the end of it, there will be a light on the tunnel. So it is not easy anywhere. It's not easy, but we are going to win. That is why Biafrans are different. We are not cowards. We know what we are getting into. We know how it's going to be. We know that it's not going to be an easy journey. That is why every time we come online, we tell people that freedom doesn't come cheap. And we know it. Look at today, you see those ones who are shouting, people who are pretending to, you are looking for a better Nigeria. You're looking for, but you cannot make that sacrifice that will give you a better Nigeria. That is the hypocrisy of the people you see who call themselves one Nigerians. Hypocrites. I have shared a video most of the time when you see a senator in the Senate stood up and said that Nigeria will never ever know unity. Nigeria will never ever know peace. Nigeria will never ever know progress until they throw away the 1999 constitution. An elderly man in the Senate said it before the whole world. And after saying it, they turn around and they begin to support politicians. Even when you know that that is not going to work, you pretend. That is why you see every one of them today. Every single politician is pursuing his own personal interest. They are pursuing their own personal interest. The same thing with the London boy that is claiming to be your redeemer. The London boy today is pursuing his personal interest. If he's pursuing the interest of the people, he should be ready to go to jail. If the London boy is pursuing the interest of the people, he should be ready. By now, he should have been arrested. He should have been arrested by now. You wouldn't be in your house, in the comfort of your house, and begin to talk of Nigeria or the better life for indigenous people. You know it's scam. You're wasting your time. All you have wanted all this while is to make yourself relevant, to promote yourself before the whole world for your own selfish interest. That is what you wanted. It was never about the masses. The crocodile share you are sharing, is it going to change anything? It's not going to share anything. It's not going to change anything. Do you think that the Fulanis care about your tears? Do you think they care about all this crocodile tear sharing? You think they are paying attention? That means you don't know whom we are dealing with. And for those of us that know the people we are dealing with, that is why we are acting the way we are acting. We are not looking at them. We don't care what their suggestion is. We don't care what their opinion is. We are focused on the target. That is why Mazen Nane can say, cut off the head. Once you cut off the head, the body will become useless. Focus on the head. As soon as you cut off the head, the body becomes useless. And that is applicable to every animal. Every single animal on this planet Earth. As soon as you take off the head, the body becomes useless. That was why Mazen Nane was talking about cutting off the head. If you don't do that, you are wasting you're wasting your time. That is why we focus from the top. When they want to deceive you, they will begin to blame the oppressed. That is the craziest thing I have seen in that very country. The craziest
the most annoying thing. You will see them to come to their platform. They will turn to motivational speakers and they will begin to blame the people of the country. They will tell you the masses are the problem. They will tell you the masses are the problem. The masses are the ones doing this. But you forgot to mention the genesis of the problem. You forget to mention the genesis of the reason why the masses are behaving the way they are behaving. The reason why the masses are acting the way they are acting. It is because of your wickedness, the wickedness of the government. Because of the system, an evil system that was established by the British. The British concocted this system. They handed it over to Fulani to run for them as a business. And you see the Fulanis protecting the system by all means possible because they have their own personal agenda. What is their own agenda? To have a home because they are homeless. These are people who are homeless, who don't have a country of their own. They don't have identity. And it's not because I'm saying this. A governor came to the national television and he said that all Fulanis are Fulanis. That is how they are. That they identify themselves as Fulanis. You don't cage them down to call them a Nigerian or this. Governor of Bauchi State said it in his own word that Fulanis all over the world, they are Fulanis. They don't have a nationality. And that is why you see the open gate and say everybody come in. They are still wandering about looking for a land and they think that they are hold on Nigeria. This is the interest that bind them with the British. They are looking for the land while the British are looking for the resources. They reached out the bargain for them to take the land and the British continue to get the resources. And they are pursuing that agenda today. You see why you must stand up and fight. Your pity party cannot save you. It cannot. They don't give a damn about you. They have made your mind to begin to think that you are the problem. That is the worst thing they have done to you. They have made the indigenous people, the indigenous tribe in Nigeria, have been made to believe that they themselves are the problem instead of the system itself. That is why you go to media, go to social media, you see them, they turn to motivated speakers, and they will be bent on castigating themselves, accusing themselves, blaming the oppressed instead of blaming the oppressor. After the government have placed a policy, a destructive policy that took away money from people's hands and made the people impoverished, made the people not to have any choice. They created that environment, and then the POS people have no choice than to exploit that thing that the government have created to make their own wealth. And now you take away the government that created the problem and you are blaming the people who are operating the POS. You go to many platforms there, they were talking about the POS people. Nigerians are wicked. Nigerians are wicked. They are the problem. How are they the problem? Who orchestrated, who created space for that thing to happen? Who laid the foundation for that evil to foster? Why are you people so bent on blaming the oppressed instead of the oppressor? You should focus on the system. That is why Mazin Nane can say, cut off the head. That head that is holding that corruption. If you don't cut it off, if you like, go and bring crowd to Nigeria, they will corrupt him. He will become corrupt. As long as you're operating within that system, as long as you're operating within that system, there is nothing on the planet Earth that you will do that will be normal. It takes you to be a criminal to survive in Nigeria. No matter how legitimate you claim that your business is, go and check. Every single one of them from A to Z in business, the club business, they are all criminals. Starting from Dangote to the lowest businessman, they all get engaged in one fraud or the other. You might be thinking that, oh, how does it concern me? I'm not into it. But when you want to go and clear your container, they have placed you in a condition that you must give bribe so that your container can come out fast. That bribery you pay to clear your container fast, that is corruption. And the government have made you to believe that it is normal. You are going on the street, a policeman will stop you to interrogate you. Instead of you to have patience for that few minutes, present your case and move forward. You don't want to spend a second. You give him money so that you can move on fast. That is corruption. And the system have made you to accept that as normal. You go to the bank where people are queuing because you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. You make a call, they take you to the backyard, you go and take your money and go. That's corruption. And the system has seen it normal. You will see a place, a roadblock will be mounted. Nobody should pass this area. Somebody will come with a convoy because he has a connection. He's not even a government official. He comes with a convoy and he passed through that road where they said nobody should pass and nobody stops him. Instead, people will stand by the side and be hailing him and clapping. You have accepted it as normal. This is what the government itself have planted in you. The system have made you corrupt, that you have no choice. That you, as long as you are in that system, you have no choice than to play along with the corruption for you to survive. Then it baffles me how you will come in your platform. You come to the national television, you come to where you're making speech, then you will focus on the people that have been oppressed as the problem. Instead of focusing on those who are the problem, you focus on those people who have been oppressed. You focus on them and you blame them for everything. I gave you an example of the monetary policy. The government put into the monetary policy. At the end of the day, it created corruption. The people took advantage and they were doing what they're doing. And then you blame them. You blame them. The oil bunkering you see today, the oil bunkering you hear about, bunkering you're hearing, you will be hearing about oil bunkering in our Biafra land. It is the government themselves that created a room for that oil bunkering. They created the room for that oil bunkering. The government itself is involved in that bunkering in a large scale, where they will use a ship, anchor a heavy ship in the sea, take oil that belongs to everybody, and they will sell it privately. An individual will sell it and put the money in pocket. The government involved in mighty bunkering. And now, when the people learn from you to survive, they open their own bunkering. What do? You go after them, you kill them, you call them criminals, you call them sabotage, you give them all manner of name, and then your propagandists will join you and say the people are the problem. Tell me, how are the people is problem? Who is the one that is creating the avenue for all this to happen? It is the government. Today, everybody that is holding the passport of Nigeria abroad is a criminal. Today, every single person that is holding the passport of Nigeria abroad, even if you're a diplomat, you are being seen as a criminal. All thanks to the system you are running. It doesn't matter who you are. I said, including your diplomat, anybody that is holding Nigerian passport abroad, wherever you appear, you are first of all being seen as a criminal. Every one of us was here when we saw a video of their diplomat in what do they call it? In which country? Which one of the Asia countries? Indonesia. Nigerian diplomat in Indonesia was handled by the police. They blew his teeth. They beat him mercilessly. A diplomat. Before they now realized that he was a diplomat. It is because of your system. That cannot happen to a South African diplomat. It will not happen to a Ghana diplomat. As soon as their citizens, once they see that passport, they will not be, even if they wanted to beat you, they won't beat you again. Maybe they wanted to attack you as a black man, and they now find your passport, South Africa or Ghana, they will not touch you. But as soon as they touch your passport and they see Nigeria, you are gone. You are a criminal. And now you turn around, you are blaming the people as a problem. You are blaming them. When you have impoverished them and made them understand that the only way out to survive is humanity. You have shown them this through your election. You have shown them through your election that the only way to make a headway is to rig election. And that is what we call democratic system. Today, the people in the Zoological Republic now believe that a democratic process is rigging of election. They believe that rigging of election is part of democratic process. In the language of the Nigerian system, it is part of the democratic process. And some of you will say, at the West, why are the West silent? Why wouldn't they be silent? Why wouldn't the West be silent? I have told you that the world operates in interest. It's about interest. This world you see, everything in this world is operating according to interest. It doesn't matter what you think. Your emotional blackmail you go to hell. Nobody cares about you. It's about interest. And you don't blame anybody for pursuing his or her own interest. The only thing you have to do is to pursue your own interests and the interests of your own people. That is why Donald Trump, when he was speaking in the United Nations, he said, I am here to pursue the interests of America. America first. I put America first. You put your own country first. Now you see why we are hardcore Biafrans. Now you see why we pursue Biafra with the last drop of our blood. Now you see why we are ready to die for Biafra. Now you see why we say Biafra is our religion. Because it is our interest. We are first Biafran before anything. And we will do everything on the planet Earth to restore that nation that has existed. We will do everything possible on the planet Earth. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter whether you support or you don't support it. That is your choice. We must cut off the head. We must cut off the head so that every indigenous tribe in that country